What's going on? What's going on, sippers and sniffers? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing today, man? How y'all doing? Yeah, as you know, unfortunately, we got another night ahead. Um, got a special guest tonight. All right, been wanting to have this gentleman on for a little while now. Been helping me with some things. All right, but yeah, man. Hey, what is going on? It is Wednesday night. This is an adverse night. This is not a normal night. All right. Um, but we got some things to take care of, some people to see before the end of the year, and we got some things to bring to y'all. At this point, we are trying to not necessarily rebrand, but shift the way that we're going to be doing our lives, the audience that we're attracting, not to mention also trying to bring in some new things based on what we feel is relevant to the community and to the people that we know we serve and everything else, man. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Buying a little time as y'all start piling in, man. I know that Ross and Justin are having a nice little conversation regarding some fragrances, some occasional fragrances. I know their collection is extensive, ridiculously extensive. So, yeah, definitely know people are going to be a little slow coming in, man. But like I said, tonight here on our channel, we got a little special guest, man. Some of y'all may know him from the Instagram streets. Some may not, but we're going to bring him to you nonetheless. All right. Real quick, I know this is sips and sniffs, and I know y'all are my sippers and sniffers, but today I'm not sipping on anything. It's been a long day. Your man has to go to work tonight. And because of that, I'm going to stay and remain sober. But for the moment, I will go ahead and address the chat, man. I know y'all are in here. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to everybody who's here. First on the scene is my guy Terrence. What's going on, man? Says the scent of the night is savoir faire, whiskey rose, and FettiSays presidential sweet beard oil. Nice. All right. We got Alicia that came in. She popped her head in. She'll be right back, I'm sure. My man Habibi, what's good? What's good? Rafan, what's going on, man? What's popping? Scent of the night is Virtus Oud Noir. Great, great, great. William, what's going on, SNS family? What's good, man? Will the Thrill. Stogie, what's going on, baby? My guy, IBG. Hugo Boss Bottle Elixir is the scent of the day. Smelling good over there, most definitely. And of course, Pops, what's good, baby? Hey, y'all make sure that y'all tune in to Josh Elroy Prepson's IG. He's going to be having someone else from the community on there tonight. Special guest, that boy Tazo. So definitely be tuned in. It'll be on IG Live on his channel. Go over there and show him some love. Rich Money Cash, the originator of the Panty Pull Upper. What's going on? Scent of the day is Lumari Saja. All right. And we got Terrence Taylor. What's good, my guy? No scent of the day today. Oh man, you've been having some crazy hauls. I'm surprised you're not wearing anything today. But hey, nonetheless, what's going on, my boy? All right, y'all. Well, I'm not gonna hold you up. Go ahead and introduce this guy. Some of you may know him. He's been making his rounds in the beard streets of IG and on some YouTube accounts as well. This gentleman, I recently got in touch with him, was introduced to him by one of the family members, Terrence O'Neill Sr. All right. Put me in touch with him. I had told both of them, I was interested in growing my beard out. I've always been a naked face baby, as my boy Dre would say, I've always had that monkey on my face. You know what I'm saying? So getting into my 40s, I was like, you know what? It's about time to put some hair on your face. You know what I'm saying? Grow a little beard, see what I can do. And told him I had been struggling. Terrence assured me if I reached out to this young man, this gentleman, that he would help me take care of all my problems. I said, man, I don't know. Hey, I've been bald faced all my life. Are you sure it's gonna work? Hey, he assured me. I reached out to Fetti. It took me a while to get some of his products, but he has crazy deals and crazy prices on And when I finally did, I think I've been using them for about a couple of months now, going on 3 months. And I must say, man, yo, it's filling in, it's growing. Don't let the length fool you. You know what I'm saying? I do get it chopped up at times, but I tell you what, before, if you go back to the previous videos, your boy was patchy, like Patch Adams, boy. I tell you what. So, with no further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this gentleman up. But before I do that, actually, with no further ado, let me go ahead and give a shout out to some people that dropped in. My man Jonathan, what's good? Mel, always. What up, fam? But with no further ado, here we go. My guy, your guy. Fetti says,
What's going on?
"What's good, Fetti?
Happy Wednesday, man. How you doing?
Happy Wednesday. I'm doing great, man. Phenomenal, honestly. Feeling it, having a good day so far. I don't work normal hours, I work that overnight shift. So, I'm always feeling good right around this time. And then right before I go in, it starts to, I start to feel burdened.
Yeah, your day is just starting, actually, man.
You know it, man. You know it. But
What's
yeah,
up to
man.
everybody in the chat, man?
Hey, I got a lot of family in the chat, man. Look, first and foremost, Terrence O'Neill, the guy that hooked us up, that introduced us. He's definitely in there. My guy Dame and whatnot. Got several people, man. You know what, Fetti, I gotta ask you, do you have an iPhone or Android?
I have an iPhone.
Well, phenomenal thing just happened.
Okay,
I realized that StreamYard, which is what I'm doing on the app, has an app for both Android and iPhone now.
great.
So if you ever, when we do have you back on, you download the app and you'll be able to go on there, see everything. And I think you can actually see the comments as well, man.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good to
but for
know.
now, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and pop them up on screen. And if you can see them, hey, go ahead and feel free to answer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I am introducing you to the community for the good work that you've done on my face. Seriously.
I appreciate that, and I just want to thank you for you know, didn't want to sound cheesy, give me a chance, or better yet, I think being open to the idea that you possibly could have a beard. Because I'm not a wizard or a magician.
Right.
Genetics sometimes do play a part. I'm not gonna lie to anybody.
True.
However, taking care of your beard in the right way, um, with a whole bunch of steps that I would give you guys. That's why it's called FettiSays, because it's like I consult you on your journey on what to do. I help come up with simple strategies and formulas that can make sure you get the best experiences possible when growing your beard. So I noticed in the comments, gentle suede needed before Christmas. I can make that happen. I'm going to be releasing that officially next week, and pre-orders are available now. So you don't have to necessarily wait for it officially to be available. The
Right.
pre-orders are there now, and I want people to receive it by Christmas. So especially the oils, I can make sure that they get sent out this week, early next week, the latest. Priority
Definitely.
shipping.
And we're going to talk about that for sure, man. We're definitely going to talk about that. We're definitely going to introduce that to them and whatnot. But Fetti, I gotta say, there's several people that are hip to you and what you do. But man, tell us about yourself. I mean, who are you?
So it's interesting. I started in the pandemic.
Okay.
My background is finance and marketing. I was a banker for like 12 years. And I needed some freedom. And I needed something that I was passionate about versus, just doing something to pay the bills. And my wife is also a business owner as well. So I was watching her thriving in her field and her passion. And again, I wanted to have something of my own. So within the pandemic, like you, I've always had a goatee. Never thought about a beard. My barber 1,000 times, like, listen, man, I'm telling you, if you grow it out, it
Yeah.
could be something. And I'm just like, I don't really do that. But in the pandemic, fortunately and unfortunately, we were forced to possibly grow a beard because we didn't really have the access to a barber like we did before the
Right.
pandemic.
Right.
So if you were thinking about growing a beard, that was one of the best times because it's not as if, you know, you could just go to the barber like that. So I started looking at a bunch of YouTube videos on how to take care of your beard properly
Right.
and what you should be doing. Because I felt no matter how much I groomed myself and took care of myself body wise, the beard was always a little kind of like dry or off.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I started doing was I started getting beard oils and beard butters, and I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. People are raving about it. And then my wife was like, you keep looking at these videos all day. Why don't you come up with your own beard oil? And I was
Yep.
like, you know, around that time, I had a little money. Some people did. So I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. Let's go into it.
Why
And
not?
it really took off. So I found my purpose versus, all right, let me start a business. Let's see where it takes me. Because what was happening was, it wasn't like, okay, I'm selling beard oil. Who's interested? It was more so I'm walking down the street as I'm improving my beard through the steps that I'm taking personally within the kitchen. Um, how do I get my beard like that? What do I need to do? I'll pay you whatever I need to pay you. Just tell me what I got to do to get it like that because I've been struggling trying to figure it out. So
Right.
pretty much I had basically laid out plans for people on how to get the best experience through my journey.
Mm.
And then throughout the journey, I got better and better, sort of like a chef, cooking, learning how to put the right amount of oils, realizing that there's a marriage that really counts between all these different carrier oils that helps your beard and skin flourish the most. And once I figured out that concept, I just kept trying to elevate and top the last blend I had.
Ah.
And what was ironic is that in the bearded community, just like the fragrance community, um, typically switching different carrier oil blends. And what I mean by that is
Yeah.
not necessarily fragrance, but almond oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, mixing all of these different things and finding about different kinds of oils, the better the results would be for your
Mm.
beard. It's just like eating one vegetable. You can't just say, all right, I'm gonna just eat carrots and
Right.
hopefully I'm not gonna get cancer, or hopefully from that I'll be healthy. No,
Yeah.
there's different kinds of vegetables, and the more different vegetables you eat, possibly the healthier you can be. So it's
Right.
that same concept where the more you keep switching it up, the better the results would be, where you're kind of tricking your beard. Just like when you're working out, you want to do different workouts because your body gets used to the same amount of repetitions, the same workout on the same day. And
Yep.
then,
It starts to monotonize.
right, you start to hit a plateau. And
Yep.
that also happens on your beard. After a
Mm.
while, you use the same oil. Okay, I'm not going to lie to anybody, right? I come up with different oils. There's hundreds of different kinds of oils, but if you use just almond oil or jojoba oil, your beard would look nice, and it would be some benefits in doing that. But
True. True.
at some point down the road, you start to hit a plateau where your beard, gets sort of like a blah type of look. You know what I mean? It's just like
Got you.
not moisturizing before you apply a fragrance.
Mm.
Initially, when you get the fragrance, it's going to smell good, but after a while, it may not pop off the skin like how it was before.
Right.
So that's the concept. And again, what I started noticing behind the scenes within the industry is typically beard care companies do not switch to carrier oil blend. Why? Sometimes it takes a lot of work. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes years to perfect a certain blend. It can be very expensive using all of these different carrier oils. All the carrier oils I used are cold pressed. They're not essential oils. Sometimes essential oils and other types of oils are diluted, so it's kind of watered down where you don't get the full benefits from
Okay.
the oil.
Let me interrupt real quick because I mean you've given us a lot of information right here, and
Hmm.
the truth of the matter is, I before I let you continue, I gotta ask a question. So you really went scientific with this. I mean, you
Yeah.
really did some research and whatnot.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this. I know you said you had started watching videos prior to
Yes.
from other people that kind of influenced you in this direction and whatnot.
Yes.
Who Give me two people that influenced you probably the most at that point, you know what I'm saying? That kind of gave you the biggest jump in your education of taking care of beards as opposed to just going to the store and buying the first cremo or whatever that you see.
Yeah. There's two guys. One guy is out of Michigan. His name is Dancy Bearded. And what's dope about him too is eventually from doing all this education, one, he's naturally a teacher. So he went to school
Mm,
for it. That's his first craft. So educating people is like brushing teeth for him. That's how natural it is. So he would have certain programs on his YouTube channel where it would be um, a carrier oil series, if you will. And he would talk about different carrier oils. And I'm like, wait a second. There's something called broccoli seed. There's something called metaphone seed. And what does this oil do? And each oil does something different, whether it's benefiting your skin, which is important because the skin underneath the beard has to be in good shape for it to have a
right.
natural shine and look very healthy, as well as conditioning, which can soften the hairs, making it easier to style. Those are some of the
True.
benefits from the different oils. So it's only a plus. So I was like, wow, this is very interesting, these different type of carrier oils and what it can do.
Mm,
So what if I make a elixir, quote unquote, concoction of carrier oils? Would that really work? Can that help people? And I noticed through my own journey and other people around me that it was working. Just like you mentioned, oh man, you know, it's still a process, right? You still cut it from time to time. You still want to see where it
mhm,
goes,
mhm.
but at the same time, you still see the improvement. And that's
Definitely.
something that you can work on and build upon. And again, that's what I'm here for, to make tweaks, because in growing the best and healthiest beard, which is what I aim to do, it's not necessarily about having the longest beard and you know, I want to look like a Greek god with a beard. That wasn't the goal, but I wanted to make sure that I had one of the healthiest beards in the game. So that's
Got
my approach, because I think sometimes it's blown out of proportion, or it's cliche where it's like, oh, this guy says he can have a chia pet on my face, and all I got to do is do this, and wow. And it's like it doesn't work that way. Just like I was
yeah,
mentioning
yeah,
before, with like genetics and other things play a part. Everybody's going to have a different beard no matter what.
true.
But again, if you take the necessary steps, again, you can improve the outcomes and grow the best beard for you. So back to changing different carrier oils. In the bearded care community, most companies do not switch carrier oils. So with me, the education and the science of it, you could also call me a self-taught chemist in a way, because there's a certain amount of uh, drops and oils that goes into the concoctions of the bottles, because every oil weighs differently, and the heavier the oil is, it can drop to the bottom of the barrel, which means bottle, I mean, excuse me, which
Yeah,
means if you don't shake it, you're not getting all the nutrients out of each drop. So it's about putting the right amount in there where it's not too greasy, it's not too oily or watery,
make sure
it's
I'm
not
shaking
too
mine.
thick, and then applying it properly. So that's what I had to learn. And then it's like being a chef, having it all in the wrist, the right amount of ingredients where I know what to put in, where I started making custom oils for people. You know
Let
what
me
I
let me
mean?
let me hop in here real quick. And
Sure.
brother, the thing that I love hearing about that is that it's so close to creating a fragrance,
It is.
And that's the thing. That's the other reason why I wanted you on here too. We'll talk about the fragrances in there and whatnot. I'll let you continue on what you're doing, but
Yes.
it's so interesting because when we started talking, I started listening to your videos. I saw a couple of lives that you did with another gentleman on IG
Yes.
and on YouTube. And it was just like the way y'all talk about it is the way that we talk about fragrances, which is crazy, but it's not crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because so many people take for granted what all goes into creating these little bottles of chemicals, just like so many people take for granted what all goes into making these fragrances. That's why you have your high end niche. It's not you're not going to get the same. Now, are they similar? Do they have some of the same makeup? Yes. But is there a quality difference that allows things to perform better on your skin? And is there a quality difference between the beard oils that allows your stuff to grow, I guess you would say, easier, more consistently, stronger?
Yes.
Yes, there is. And it's just interesting that you said that. I don't want to hold up too much, but man, I just felt like pointing that out, man. That's good.
No, no, absolutely. And there's a story that brought me to this community too. So it is very tied literally on how I started meeting you guys. So if you want me to cut to the chase, I'll tell you how I ended up meeting you guys, or we can save that for later and tie it in. But everything is a story. Every beard oil and scent that I have, there's a story behind it. There's a
Okay.
vision to it. I don't just create it, and I wanted to stand out from other beard care companies. And yes, the qualities of the oils, I will tell you, I'm paying at least $30 for a bottle of the oil that I'm putting in there. It's all, again, cold pressed, all natural, raw, refined, or it might be unrefined, depending on what's the better results out of it. And I was telling you before, I try to take things a step further, because also big care companies, they'll say, all right, look, we got this formula, it works, people love it, we're leaving it at that. And maybe a couple years later, they'll come out with another blend through research, knowing like, okay, this is going to work. If people don't like it, then we'll change it. But it's usually expensive for most beard care companies to keep switching up the carrier blends. And when I first came out, they kept asking me, the reviewers,
Mm,
why do you keep changing your carrier oils? So then people were more so confused about, okay, why is he doing it? And what if this oil does not work for me? And it wasn't necessarily about that. It's about, again, having more variety in your repertoire to get the best out of it. Maybe when I try Gold Snow, I get this type of result. But what if I try Presidential Sweet? I notice my beard is fluffier when I use Presidential Sweet. Oh, it must be this kind of oil in there that's doing it.
yeah.
My beard really loves XYZ oil. And because of that, now that I know that, I will make sure that I order oils that have that in there, because whenever I wear it is when I look my best. I got so many compliments, et cetera, et cetera. So that's
Yes.
what that's about. And then it became a niche and a trademark for me, because every scent you get, I have over 20 cents, you're going to get a different carrier oil blend, which is pretty
Mm,
much going to increase the success of a different experience each time. And the goal in that was, I want to be a one-stop shop company. There's others of beard care companies out there. They're great. I'm cool with a lot of the owners. They showed me love when I came in the game.
mm-hmm.
Um, but I want to make sure that you no longer have to look at multiple beard care companies. So, okay, I get this oil here, but I really like this beard care company shampoo. Oh, they got this scent I like. Let me go here, versus going to the site and I can get everything I'm looking for here through different pages and different options.
Got you. Got you. Well, hey, that's well, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Look, if you look, I got his website in the description along with his IG page in the link to his website and IG page in the description on the YouTube channel. All right. He has all that set up on his IG page as well. Y'all go check it out, man, because He has some beautiful fragrances. Now, me personally, I've only had two so far, but as you can see, I am over here right now. I'm over here getting my stuff ready. All right. I'm about to go ahead on this live. All right. While I am talking to this gentleman, I am about to place my order. I am literally about to place my order.
Yes, guys,
I'm
and that's awesome. I would throw in there too. I have still a Black Friday sale going on for over
Yes.
2 weeks now, just so everybody can take advantage. Code B as in boy, F as in Friday 30 will save you 30% off the whole site. If you spend $70 or more, you will get free shipping. Everything is made to order. So when you make the order, literally a day or two later, I make the products fresh. They're not stuff that just sit on a shelf. Again, because of all these carrier blends, I'll be making oils and butters for days if I did that. So I go by the actual orders that do come in, and I make the orders accordingly to that, so you can get it as fresh as possible.
Right.
I'm not somebody that hides behind the company. I am the company. It's more so of a lifestyle brand. So I don't mind showing my face. I do respond to DMs. Gems to tell you, like, I never was running or hiding. I'm always like there. Hey, what you need?
I'm
And
gonna
that's
tell
all
you
about
this.
giving you that support, consulting
Let me
you
go
on your
ahead and say
journey.
this, y'all. He is a tutor, a mentor, and just buying from him is not enough. First of all, I told him I was gonna purchase an order for a while, but I kept BSing around. But then I finally did. Sent him some pictures, you know what I'm saying? Showed him the stubble and everything. Hey, my man did it. Did an analysis from what he could see. Recommended the starter kit, which I would also recommend. All right, to people. That includes I'll let him tell you about it, but it includes a full kit to get started. We'll get it down. I'm gonna have you go down a whole bunch of stuff, baby. But
No problem. I'm ready.
and
I'm here.
yeah, man. And then about a couple of weeks in, he checked on me. Actually, honestly, once I got it in, I messaged him every couple of days. Hey, you make sure that you do this, make sure that you do that. And I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate it because the first couple of weeks, boy, it was on and off. You know what I'm saying? Monday I use it. Wednesday I might use it. And I'm talking about one time, not even twice. And then when you started getting on me, it's like, all right, I need to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
want to waste my money. I don't want to waste his time. He's checking on me. So don't think that he's just selling your product. Fetti is very hands-on as you need him to be and as he feels he needs to be. If you tell him what the issue is and you are truly, truly seeking a resolution for your lack of facial hair. I'm talking to you, my guy, Mr. Gumbo. All right, you're in the right church group now. Right church group now. All right. Fetti's the man to contact, man. For real. He will, and he responds rather quickly. He does have a job. So don't be hitting him up during the day. All right. You know what I'm saying? He'll get back to you as needed. But hey, he definitely can help you out. And look, here, Fetty, this is my brother. This ain't nobody closer to me than this guy right here. And he was hating on me. Fetty, as soon as I started using stuff, he started seeing growth. He was like, "Man, when you gonna cut this off?" We've had that monkey. All right, we've had that monkey on our face since we met, man. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
But hey, I'm gonna have to recommend a couple of oils and whatnot for him too, man.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
don't want to be alone. I know he wants a beard too, so I'm gonna help him out.
Yeah,
Christmas around the corner.
absolutely. It's all about having options. So I try to have something for everyone. I do have top sellers. There's also a lot of hidden gems. Yeah, right. How the beard connect. Well, like you were saying, to touch upon that, the first thing is you want to be consistent. This is what I did. I didn't come up with anything extra. I'm not uh being transparent with certain things. This is what I did during the pandemic. It's just like a lot of guys you see out here, I'm successful. Pay for this course and you could be successful. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
It's real. I'll show you how
Yeah.
to do it. What I did was I used the oil every day. So what you want to do is, for best results, when it comes to beard care, there's no hacks necessarily. Everything is a tool. So I don't just have things or tell you to get things for show. It's not about the money, it's about the experience. Because if you have a good experience, you'll come back and you'll refer people, and that equals longevity.
Yes.
So it's not about that for me. Money comes and goes anyway. But you want an oil, and the oil is for under the skin, under the beard, and that will keep it moisturized and keep the follicles alive, so to speak, and improve the skin, which is dry. Sometimes there's a lot of dead skin under there. So you want to get the beard wash. Beard wash is better than hair shampoo, soap, or anything else because it's gentle enough to use every other day. Your hairs on your beard is a different texture than the hair on your scalp. Your hair on your scalp could take a little bit more heavy duty work. That's why head and
Okay.
shoulders I wouldn't suggest. But a beard wash, and typically mine has minimal chemicals in it. It's enriched with vitamin E and it's enriched with castor oil. And it's gentle enough where I go to the gym, I work, I sweat, and that sweat can clog your pores. And that salt in there, you want to make sure that you clean that out. And that's how too your beard will naturally look clean and look healthy. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And a conditioner is to soften the hairs and relieve the tangles, especially the longer it gets. And when you comb it out, I was having a problem with the thickness because a lot of hair grows underneath and it
Mhm.
curls, especially after you're washing it. It's going to automatically curl up. So you want to be able to comb that stuff out as much as possible without pulling your hairs. So you want a conditioner. Then lastly, in the starter kit, you have the butter, and that is to nourish the hairs. So typically with
Yes.
butter is, I do have some with shea butter, but I was telling Jims I started getting into other butters. These butters you could also use on your body as a body butter. I use very minimal wax, only enough to like hold hairs if it's sloppy, just so you can style it and shape it. But I have avocado butter. I use things like coconut butter. I use things like mango butter. And you apply it topically on your beard, and it nourishes the hairs, especially before you go to bed at night. You want to put that in to keep things moisturized. So when you get up in the morning, you can just comb and style your beard without a problem. It's like you're training it. So that's why at least those four things is good to have, and it will last you about at least 3 months. And you want to use that every day, the oil and butter.
Mhm.
It's cold outside, so depending on where you are, you want to apply the butter for that cold wind when it hits because it could dry out the oil. The oil typically keeps moisture in for about 8 hours, right? That's not 24 hours. So that's why you
Mm.
need that butter to help come in and pick up the slack.
Oh yeah.
And you want to definitely use it again, like I said, before you go to bed. And you just repeat that process. And again, you're washing and you're conditioning every other day. 2 minutes. You don't have to leave it in there. You wash it just like in and out. You only
Mhm.
applying a little bit of oil, which I have tutorial videos and stuff like that. So that 2 ounce bottle, especially if you get, again, that's going to last you a very long time. And by doing it every day, that's where you're going to see the improvement at a quick rate.
No, for sure, for sure. And here's the thing, y'all. I'm a standby at this point. All right, it's working phenomenally on me, and that's the thing. But let me tell you one other reason why I have designated him as my only beard oil, beard care person. Yeah, like he said, he has several fragrances, and his fragrances, I don't know how many he has. I can't even keep up with them, but I will tell you this. He has some to match any fragrance that you have to use. He has a beard oil that'll match it. I just placed an order. All right, let me just go ahead and give you a heads up. I still got to get some butters though.
Okay.
I haven't placed an order for the butters, but you know, Lord willing, it'll come soon enough. I got the appleberry. I got the brunch on Sundays. I got the presidential suite, because my boy, as Jay calls him, T Rock, he's
Mm.
over there. That's what his favorite. He's wearing that bottle out. And then of course I got
Yeah.
brunch on Sundays. Ooh, I might have I did the wrong thing. Oh no, I did. Brunch on Sundays beard wash. So
Okay.
yeah, I
Awesome. And
and right
definitely
now
you'll
the
get a
ones
good
that I'm
experience.
using the most, or the ones I'm using, and I alternate pretty much every day. I
Good.
got plum fig here. Plum being one of my favorite notes. The fig is beautiful. It's a tart yet sweet plumish note. The fig does come in pretty heavy, but it smells phenomenal, y'all. I wore that the other day. I think I wore that on Saturday. No, Saturday. I actually wore it when I went to go work out, and it was great because I wore it with the Savoir Faire joint. It went
Say
very
again?
well together. What
What'd
is
you
it?
say? What'd you say? I didn't catch.
The Savoir Faire
Okay.
figasm, and
Okay.
it went really well together. And then the
Awesome.
second one I got is the Gold Snow, y'all. This is the one that T put me on. This is the one that you recommended at first, with the gold flakes and whatnot in there that actually promote the growth and whatnot. And y'all, I stand by it. I mean, I'd have to look up the receipt, Fetti, but I don't even think it's been 2 months yet.
Mm.
Real talk. I don't think I've had your stuff for 2 months. And you wouldn't believe how many years I've been trying to get this to grow by putting oil on my face, just random oils,
Mm-hmm.
tea tree oil and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
man, hey, I'm telling you right now, hey, it is working. Check this out though. My guy Jay, he said Fetti's on it, my guy. He said he'll be placing an order first thing tomorrow. My boy
Awesome.
Dame is in here talking about it as well. Rich Money Cash got a question. He said, "Do you use a daily face wash in between the beard wash?"
No, I'm working on getting things like that for the site, my own face wash. At first I was going to do a charcoal wash, and then I found out that I need a moisturizer to follow up with that so it dries out. So it's a lot of trial and error with these things. I just use regular body wash to wash my face.
Okay.
So I said every other day with the beard wash, and gyms too. If you didn't do that, just to touch up on what you said, oh, I use plum fig in the gym. Make sure again after the gym, you always wash your beard.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can follow up with a conditioner, but every other day. You don't have to follow up with a conditioner every day.
Okay.
Because then your beard will look like a poodle hair. You know what I mean? Like overkill.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to make sure you do that. And again, you could use a regular face wash for your face, but the beard wash you want to use for the beard. You also want to get like a scalp scrubber or a face scrubber, and that's gonna help get some of the dead skin underneath. Because again, stuff like that is what's stopping the follicles of growing completely and coming to its true potential, and hair damage and all that other stuff. So you want to do that. So the days that you don't wash your beard, you want to use that scrubber and sort of rinse your beard.
Okay.
So you're not washing it the next day, you're rinsing it more so. You're getting whatever dead skin after. And why you need a beard wash too is after applying these products regularly, your pores will start to clog. Like you can get a car, you got to wash the car eventually. So the same thing with your
True.
beard, you want to wash it. Other than that, it's defeating purpose putting all these products in here, and then you get product buildup. So
Yeah.
that's why that's important too. So
I definitely get it, man. My boy on here hating. Yeah, he's hating. We gonna hook him up if he's willing. We're gonna try and get him taken care of, man.
yes, sir.
But my guy Dame said he's gonna get the gentle suede to
Yes.
pair with that second soul that he has. You see, my guy Mr. Clark said plum fig is fire. Yep, yep. And my dude Stogie, he said, Betty, what are your top freshy beard oils? Do you have any freshies?
Good question. I would say the closest that would resemble that would be Fetti or Myth, and that is
Okay.
grapefruit, fir balsam, amber's in there, as well as lavender's in there.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be the closest that I have to a freshie. Another one, now that I'm thinking of it, would be melon breeze. So in that you have salted melon, you have vetiver at the base, you have beechwood, and then some of the mid notes is like cucumbers. So it's really refreshing. Sea salt is in there, so it's slight oceanic, but I would say it's like an all year round oceanic fresh scent.
Okay. Got my guy Dame. He recommended Italy musk. Said that would
Yes,
be extremely fresh and year round as
yes.
well.
I categorize that more as a citrus floral. And there's also tuberose in there. But yeah, you can look at it like that based on ingredients. There's mandarin orange, bergamot, Sicilian orange in there, orange blossom. And then in the base you have cedar wood, and in the mid note you have tuberose. Plum fig, since everyone's talking about, that's very interesting. That
I
was
love it.
indirectly inspired from plum japonais, right?
Which I hey, and
And
I
I
got a
think
bottle of it, Fetti. Hey, I'm
yeah,
glad
right.
you
And it's
said that.
discontinued too now, so I'm sure you hold on to that. But I think of most people, that's when they started to fall in love with that plum note,
Yeah,
or get introduced to it. So
that was
with
mine.
me in that, my experience was with making it is the plum and the fig was slightly faint, so it
Mhm.
needed a little boost. So believe it or not, what's in there is Concord grape. So that
Ah,
Concord grape brings out
okay.
and helps to uplift the plum
Okay.
and the fig. So that's what's unique about that. And there's smoke at the base as well.
Mm.
So for this time of year, and again, all year round, I wear what I want. I wear different fragrances. I don't worry about my fragrances clashing with my beard oils. They're soft projecting. Even when it comes to the beard butter, it's enough for you to get experience, a whiff and waft here and there. But by all means, it's not going to enter the room before you do. And I do that
Yeah.
on purpose because I wear fragrances. And I
No,
want to be able
I
to wear what I
understand,
want to
man.
wear.
Well, you did a damn good job of putting a lot of these fragrances together, especially Plum Fig. It's my favorite, and everybody on here knows why. But let me say this, man. Like Stogie P pointed out, Gold Snow did numbers for him this past weekend on his beard. I mean, it by far is the more used. I love the Plum Fig, but man, I really am. I'm using it more, even though I say I alternate typically um, every other day or so. I do find myself using Gold Snow. Like I think today is the second day I've used Gold Snow, and I mean it's just it really is working. I think mainly because in my mind, when you and T told me that the gold flakes help the growth, I was like, well, I definitely got to use this more. But I got to use Plum Fig because I love the fragrance. But
To be technical, excuse me, the gold flakes evaporate the moment you emulsify your hands.
right,
So it's really just like the fragrance house that uses it, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. What's his name? Del Soros, where they
yes.
have gold flakes in their fragrances.
Oh, Atelier de
Yes,
Ord,
Del
des
Ors.
Ord, or
Okay.
whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I'm glad
it's
you said
really
that.
for glamour, but gold flakes are supposed to enhance the skin underneath the beard. Now, by trade, my wife is a makeup artist, so she does a lot of photo shoots where the models put gold flakes on their face, and that enhances their skin to
Hmm.
pop more. So you got to remember the beard you want to take care of, but the skin is related to the beard. So you could use it for your beard. You could use the oil and butter for your hair because it's all about hair and skin. Gold Snow has been doing numbers for my business for 5 years.
Yeah.
It was the second scent that I came out with, and people still
Yeah.
buy it. I guess everybody loves cherry.
Yes.
That's was
Yes.
the idea. So I said to myself, all right, Gold Snow. I came out with it Christmas time, and I said, okay, snowing, wintertime, Christmas,
Yep.
flakes, gold flakes. These are real 24 karat gold flakes. So it's like snow falling from the sky during the holiday time, and
Once it
it's
hits the
gold because
hand.
of the jojoba oil in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's cherry, vanilla, and oud. It's a smooth, balanced, refined oud in the base that helps bring out that vanilla and helps bring out that cherry. Now that cherry, it was often referred to as the cherry lollipops that used to be in the bank when you was a little kid waiting in
Yes.
the
Okay.
lobby, and they would give you a cherry lollipop. That's how the cherry smells like, but it goes very well with that vanilla and that oud to give it some density.
Okay. Okay. Hey, brother, I'm gonna tell you like this. It is definitely one of my favorites, and boy, I mean, that is some imagery for your butt. All right. This
Yes,
also
sir.
reminds me of it's close to the cherry note and Get Right fragrances. I don't know if you've heard of them, but yeah,
I
it's
have heard of
very
them.
good, man. Hey, on a more adult topic, let me go ahead and address this. Yes, Jibs was putting coochie juice on his face too.
Never fails.
For those in their 40s, 30s to 50s, it is a known fact that in certain communities, there was an old fable told amongst the elders that if you wanted to grow hair, you got to go down there. All right.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
I'm be
sir.
honest with you. I'm be honest with you. You know, I had plenty of missions, plenty of ventures down there, but I could only grow hair here. All right. I don't know if I wasn't wild enough or what, but hey, something wasn't working. All right. And so hey, I had to resort to other measures. All right. So thank God for Fetti and his brand, and thank God for T, you know what I'm saying, for putting me on, man. What up, Fragrance
Absolutely.
Fraternity? What's going on, man?
Nice one. Cheeky
But no,
smile.
man. Yeah, hey, as a matter of fact, right now I think it will be excellent. So we've talked about several of them, the two that I have. Let's go ahead and talk about the new one that you have, man.
Yeah, so the newest one was okay. If you notice, predominantly my fragrances are fruit based. So they have bright openings, and then the dry down leads to something rich, manly, cologne esque.
Hmm.
So this time around, I wanted to come up with the perfect beard oil and butter as like an essential manly piece, a staple that the masses would reach to versus the exotic blends like plum fig, passion fruitopia, which is passion fruit, guava, rose, oud, and cashmere wood. Not everybody, the typical person may go for that. So with this one, there were certain scent profiles and vibes that inspired this. And one of them was Cremo's body wash, Palo Santo. Okay. And that was recommended by the fragrance community, where I found myself using it all the time. Can't wait using that body wash. It felt manly, it felt smooth, it felt real gentleman like. So I was like, I need a beard oil that's like that. Then
Hmm.
fragrances like Bois Imperial, Ganymede, that again has that vibe where it's just gentleman like, it's very versatile. You can't go wrong with it. It's a dumb reach. You could wear it to the gym, you could wear it to the office, you could wear it on a date. So I figured I needed that. So I'm trying to see, is there anything else that helped inspire that? I would say that's good enough to talk about. So in Gentle Suede, it's really out of the box.
Okay.
um, Here's the label, just so you guys can see. If you notice, the label, that's what goes into it, different designs. It's cowhide, which is the skin underneath a cow, and how suede is made. So
Hold on
that's
one
in the
second,
label.
okay? Hold on one
And
second, Fetti. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm bringing it up right now. I apologize.
sure.
I thought I had it going, but StreamYard had me down for a minute, man. It did not want me to be great.
So
Here we
good.
go.
Yeah,
Let's
I seen
see
the dude
here.
with waves on his beard too. I don't know,
Yes.
man. I would say his hair must be very coarse because to get waves on the beard, it's gonna be a lot of hair shedding to get that, or his beard was very thick and long, one of a kind. Everybody's definitely not gonna get that. And I seen him. I don't know how he got it, but yeah, it's definitely a unicorn type of beard. So I'll
Here we
talk
go.
about it briefly
Give
while
me a
you're
minute.
pulling it up.
Yeah.
So the scent profile is a musky, velvety aroma with notes of orris, saffron, and ginger. So this has ginger blossom in it. There's suede in it. At the base, you have Palo Santo. You do have orris butter in there. You have saffron in there, which is one of my favorite floral notes. And it's all about, again, creating that gentleman element. You know, you're coming into the hotel, you're smelling good, you leaving the gym, in the locker room, coming out of the locker room, you smelling good, people stopping you. And again, it's just a gentleman vibe. It's unlike anything else in my collection. So again, you're not getting any fruit notes in here. Now, when it comes to the essential oils, again, I'm taking it a step further. If you notice briefly here, let me get it from the screen here. Okay.
Okay. Here,
It's
give
a
me one second. Let
cloudy
me get you in
oil.
there.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so it's a cloudy oil, so you probably never really seen this in a beard oil, and that's ostrich oil. Now, ostrich oil, like you hear, believe it or not, is from an ostrich. It's bird fat, which is cold pressed. Now, how they make it further than that, I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely bird fat that's cold pressed. Another bird fat that's good for the beard is emu oil. I don't know if you guys ever heard of
Emu, Limu,
insurance
emu,
commercial. Emu, I forgot. I think that's
Limu,
Liberty
emu.
Insurance.
Yeah.
Right. That's again bird fat. But what that does is it makes the beard soft and fluffy, and it conditions the beard. So that's why I like using it. So you'll find it a lot in some of my other blends. But there's ostrich oil in this one. Then you have sea buckthorn oil. I don't know if you guys are into herbs, but that's in here, which does a great job of moisturizing the skin. You have
Mhm.
obsidian oil in here, which is fantastic for the beard. It just makes your beard great. I can't even really put my finger on it. And all these products I use before I put out, so I know exactly how the feeling beard is going to be. And the feeling beard means it feels light. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel greasy. It's a pleasant experience. You're getting whiffs and wafts. You can comb and style your beard easily. That's what feeling beard means, which is very important to the bearded community because, again, that plays a part into the experience when wearing it. So you got sea buckthorn oil in here, and you have metafoam seed oil, which comes um, pretty much from cotton. So it's gonna make the beard soft. It smooths out the beard. So from all the oils that I use, it helps to again smooth out and help it to blend easily. So with that formula, you have like a 1-2 punch of a good feeling beard. The smell is good, not overpowering, not doing too much, just playing in the background. So when you want to wear your fragrance, you can wear your fragrance. And again, you just on point. So I wanted that vibe of like a Bois Imperial. I wanted like a
Okay.
Santal 33. I wanted like a Palo Santo vibe, which again, it's just doing its job and it's doing it effectively.
Yeah. And like my guy Dame said on here, he said you can get both of them for less, the butter and the oil. You know, I think you save yourself about anywhere from what, five to $7, $5 to $8 or something like that.
Right. And you're getting 30% off. And once you spend $70 or more, you're getting free
Free
shipping.
shipping.
Right. I always got sales going on. I love giving back. And it means a lot to me for you guys to take the time, spend your hard-earned money, or at least even hear me out. Because this is something again I'm passionate about. I didn't know I would do, but God did it for me where it's a purpose. And like you, I'm helping people out.
Yeah.
That keeps me going. So each time I want to top what I did before, go out the box. What else can I do? Oh, this time I use this butter. What if I use this butter? What is it going to do? And figuring that out again to give you hopefully an awesome experience.
Man, well, look, I'm about to buy some. Hey, Fed, we might have to, you know what I'm saying? We might have to work on a little collab, do one in
Yeah,
limited for sips and sniffs. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, man. And for you guys too, I do custom packages. So typically how that works is for oil and the butter would be $100. And
Okay.
typically why I charge that is whatever ingredients or scents that you want, I'll
Hmm.
get it for you. So I'm paying for this stuff. So that's what goes into it. Oh, I want this oil, I want that oil. Okay, I don't necessarily have that. I have to order that. So
Right.
because of that, I have to charge you for it, or I don't make anything off of it. But you have a custom blend. I don't know if you're familiar with one of our guys in the community. Um, his name is Malcolm Daniels. He was like, "Man, I need a rose, I need a oud combo, and I need you to make it for me." It took 2 weeks. I got all the materials, two different kinds of
Mhm.
roses, two different kinds of ouds, and I made it for him, and he loves it. And for me, from a fragrance guy who has rose and ouds, right? These houses have access to the best of raw materials that you can get. The average Joe can't afford it, right? Just like oud is very expensive. The average
Hey,
person can't
yes.
afford oud in a little bottle. Or chipped oud. That's like what, 1,000 a pound,
That's
something like that.
thousands of dollars.
Ex-
Thousands.
Absolutely. So for him to be like, "Oh man, I love it," and it goes well with his fragrance collection, that really let me know, like, okay, I did what I had to do. So in that one, it was like Damascus rose, Bulgarian rose, and oud in there, and
Oh
he
wow.
loved it. So I say this all the time too, especially to the fragrance community. One, you can say, "All right, his scents sound great, but I don't know if I could wear it every day. I don't know. I like switching up. You can go unscented. I can come up with the same carrier oil, make it unscented for you, and then you know you're safe. Um, or you could say, I want a rose oud. I think it would go well with my oud satin mood that I love so much. That's my signature scent. Okay, let's do that. Let's talk. And that way it could work for you so you get the best experience. And I'm so good at making these oils, it doesn't have to be just what I have on the site. It could be something that speaks more to your language. You could say, I
Okay.
want something like Chanel de Blue. I want something like this. And again, I'll make that for you and still give you all the other bells and whistles on it so you get the full experience.
All right. We have a guy here, Rich Money Cash, wanted to know which one is a starter kit. Which one would you recommend for the starter kit? And I think I'll let you explain it. Like which one is it, and which fragrance would you recommend for the starter
So
kit?
I'll be honest with you, there's not to toot my own horn. Um, all of them you
Go
can't
ahead.
lose. You can ask me any one of them, and I'll tell you why they're good and give facts behind it. Um, testimony, Jim said Gold Snow is great. Um, Passion Fruitopia is great. I can tell you the benefits and all of that. Brunch on Sundays is fantastic. It's argan oil, almond oil, ostrich oil in that again. What else is in there? Apricot oil is in there. That got me through a lot of different weather conditions.
Mm.
Because you know, if it's high humidity, that plays a part in what you're gonna put in your beard. If it's cold outside, that plays a part. And no matter what occasion, the brunch on Sundays works. And I came up with that because I love going to brunch.
Yeah.
Mimosas, bottomless, I usually do that. I love my French toast. So in the brunch on Sundays, you have mandarin orange, a speck of cinnamon on the top, and champagne. And it's not feminine, it's sparkly and it's sweet, but again, in a subtle way, a nice vibe, so to speak. So that's
Yeah.
good. What else? I got for the tobacco lovers, I got Oscarite, which is spiced honey, tonka, sweet tobacco, pipe tobacco. At the base, you have clary sage, Cuban wrapper.
Mm.
So I smoke cigars, so I know all about tobacco. So for
We
my
gonna
ego, I had to get that right.
yeah, hey, you come into Dallas, man, you're gonna have to hit up this little place, man. It's a little international cigar house. Now I usually only go with my homeboys, but
Okay,
I've been going there or I've been lighting up a couple that I have, a couple of chocolate ones that I purchased, man. But
nice.
yeah, I noticed from the IG, boy, you love a good cigar, man. A
It's
good
peace
drink
of
and a good
mind,
cigar.
and that's where all the great ideas come. You know, when I came up with peach musk, that's another one where it started a musk series for my
Mm,
gourmand lovers. Salted caramel musk,
mm.
phenomenal. 3 different kinds of African musk, salted caramel frappuccino, so to speak. I have a coffee version as well as I have a
Oh,
cream version for those that don't like coffee. And again, it's salted caramel in there. There's maple in there. And again, with the coffee, it's like a salted caramel frappuccino, like it's real deal. And then I have peach musk, which is peach with Egyptian musk. I have kiwi musk. That's another, if you want, that could be considered a freshie too. That kiwi is like a fresh cut kiwi, bright. And again, that Egyptian musk is giving it that balance where it's almost like an incensey vibe, but again, subtle, not too harsh.
yeah. We got Rich Money Cash asked a follow-up question. He said, "Mine, his is patchy as hell. What helps that?" And we got a guy in here that's definitely enjoying the conversation and everything. Dakota, he said he just got a shave and everything, but he gave us some good advice. Same similar advice that you said. He said it depends on your diet, which all body health depends on your diet at the end of the day.
Yes.
I will be honest. There are things that I'm also doing on the side along with using the FettiSays products because I'm taking what are those little gummies, the little pill that
Is
helps
it is it is it biotin?
biotin. Yes,
Yeah, you
and
can do that. That
yep,
helps.
I'm using the derma roller. All right,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
using that like once or twice a week usually. Right. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's another little liquid that they recommend that you just put on the little spots to help it go in.
Okay. Is
I use
that manodoxil?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
and so
yeah,
I
those
use
things have been known to work,
uh-huh,
but it's different strokes for different folks. So
right,
it doesn't necessarily work for everybody, but again, you don't know until you try. So definitely try it and see if it works. Same thing with the derma roller. I use that a lot for my scalp. That can work and it has worked for some people. Is it guaranteed to work for everybody? Not necessarily, but that's why you have to try. It's trial and error, and
right,
see what works best for you to get the best out of the beard. One of the things that I can add on to Apache beard, one, you want to drink a lot of water. You
mm,
mentioned biotin. These are supplements that you can get, as well as a powdered supplement called collagen peptides. That's good for the body, as well as that helps with the beard to strengthen the hairs so they don't pull out as much. I'm not using it currently, But at one point I was, and it was helping. It did help support, and I was using that, and I wasn't using biotin to get the best out of my beard. So that's great. Also, what I suggest, especially beginning stages, is getting a boar's bristle brush. So like hairs of like a boar, a pig is very firm. You can get that on
Yeah.
Amazon. And by brushing, it's good to brush your beard, period. But by brushing it, it helps with the circulation and the blood flow of the beard. So you don't want to brush it a lot, but I would say at least maybe the most twice a day. I typically do it when I wake up in the morning or like before bed real quick. Again, just to increase that blood flow, which can help the follicles to grow out throughout its entirety.
Okay.
So that's why you want to do that. So like I said, we can go on for days. All of these things are tools. There's no
Right.
hack. There's
Right.
no like one way, okay, that's it. All you gotta do is eat your vegetables. Like there's
No,
more
it's
you gotta do.
definitely.
You gotta do different things. And that's where I help, where I make suggestions, and then you pick what works for you best.
All right. And we got another question. My guy Damon here, he wants to know, can you make a wave pomade with the scent of one of your beard oils?
Yes, I can. I actually have one of my clients that does that, that requests that a lot, where typically it's just like the butters, it's just more wax that's put into there, which I can do. So for your beard, just so you guys know, might have questions, there's butter and it is balm. And the difference between a butter and a balm is more for styling, where you
Mhm.
might want to hold down your beard or you might want a certain shape for it. So because of that
Okay.
wax, it can hold it for you. Butters are more natural, where it's just nourishing the hairs. It's not doing too much. Your beard is pretty much free. So a lot of
Yeah.
times dudes will tell me, yo, can you make that into a pomade for me? When you check out on my website, there's a comment section below where you can put in what you would like. I have clients that sometimes say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you put Indian castor oil in there? My beard really loves castor oil, or could you substitute it? And I do that as well. So when it comes to the pomade, you could just order a butter of a scent you would like, and in the comment section you would put, can you please make this into a pomade? And I'll know just to pretty much add more wax to it. And that's how that solves your problem.
Okay. And we got Jonathan on here, Mr. Colbert. He said, can you use beard butters on your skin as well, or are they just mainly for the beard?
You can use it for your skin as well. Typically, what I do is when I get out the shower, right, I'm wearing fragrances, skin is damp, I apply the butter on the forearms, on my feet, all over my body to moisturize it. And then I apply my fragrance. So yes, you could do that. For the face, excuse me, not everyone. Because for
Yeah.
some people, like for me, if I put beard butter on my face, like just rub it in if it's dry, it'll clog my pores.
Yeah.
So oil, believe it or not, my beard oil works great for the face as far as moisturizing it. So after I wash my face, I put my beard oil on it. It won't sting your eyes or anything else. And it takes care of the dryness, especially in these colder climates. I'm in the DMV, so right now it's like around 40 degrees. Tomorrow's gonna be 28 degrees. It's been
Yeah.
holding me down so far. But yeah, you can use the butters. And again, it's gonna be better than the Bed Bath and Body Works because of the materials that I'm using, all cold press, all refined stuff. So things that if you notice too, I was telling Jims about that. I have things called hybrid butters, which are
Yes.
all more of my latest releases, where they have things like kokum butter, avocado butter, and that avocado butter, along with the main butter, which say maybe shea butter, it might be mango butter, it might be aloe vera butter, and when you mix it with the avocado, the texture is almost like lotion, as smooth as it is. There's no slack, it breaks down very easily, all because I'm using natural stuff, non-greasy. So yeah, it's good. I use it all over my body, man.
Yeah. So that includes a bald head, Stogie. That
Yes.
includes a bald head,
I
man.
also have shaved head polish. So for my
Huh?
balded brothers who want that Kojak look, spit shine, where you just use the tip of it. Again, you can apply it on a scalp. I have a vanilla oud scent that's fantastic, and that's
Oh,
called shaved head polish.
did you say vanilla oud?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
you hear that, Mortimer? You hear
Hmm.
that, Mortimer? He got a fragrance for you, baby. Vanilla oud to match your favorite fragrance out there. Sounds great, man. Nah, but no, dude, I'm gonna tell you this, man, Betty. Like I said, I've already sang praises for the work that is done. It's only done a small amount, and I've only been using it for a short amount of time, you
Yeah.
know. But I've gotten statements from people, that know I'm trying to grow it, and some that don't. They're like, "Dang, I didn't know your beard connected." You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
the
low key
greatest
no
compliment you
shade,
can get.
got jokes and whatnot, but and it's definitely when I started getting those positive statements back, I was like, man, let me reach out to Fetti, man. I gotta get this.
That's
But
what's up.
no, hey, y'all, it worked so good that while I was on live, Fetti knows. You can look on there, Fetti. Did you not just get an order?
Yeah. I'm gonna double check. I got my phone on silent, but
Ah,
y'all been saying it. I've been believing y'all when it's coming in, and
well,
definitely I do appreciate that, and I can't wait for you guys to try it and let me know what you think, man.
yeah, man. No, no, for sure. I'm definitely gonna get one. I'm trying to get Jason in. He's out of the military. He's loosened up a little bit now that he's of the ripe age in his 50s and whatnot. And so I think
Okay.
he's ready to let it grow a little bit. I see the little low formation and whatnot. So,
Mhm.
we'll see if he bites in. But I will definitely be doing check-ins. Definitely when I get the other ones, I will definitely be doing reviews on them, just like we plan on doing for these fragrances coming up. But yeah, man, I mean, bro, you really are doing the Lord's work for people's facial hair out there. I tell you that, man.
Yeah.
Truly a blessing in the community. For those who don't know, go check him out. I mean, he was gracious enough to bless us with this interview. But if you go to his page, he's got a ton of other guys. He's got at least four. I think I've seen you do four interviews with four other people. He's got people that have bought his stuff or singing his praises. I mean, they're doing skits to it. I mean,
Yeah.
especially that peach musk. That was funny.
Yeah.
Dude that did that peach musk skit. Hey, he was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. He was
Yeah, man.
hilarious.
It had me cracking up. And briefly too, I wanted to touch up on how I got introduced to the fragrance community and
Please.
how it helped me with my business. What happened was I didn't want to be one of these no offense, one of these run of mill companies where you got a vanilla tobacco scent and you got a orange and oak scent. You could typically find these scents and people tend to like them, so I get it. It's nothing wrong with it. But I felt like I was hitting a dead end when it came to the creativity of my scent profiles. So what I
Yeah.
said was, okay, this is around the time I think one of the fragrances I decided to buy randomly to treat myself was Dior Sauvage Elixir. This was blind bought. I didn't know. I think I bought it in the summer. I didn't know what time of the year to wear it. I just was like, yo, hopefully this smells good. Why not? And I was like, why do people love this so much? And why do I love it so much in the composition? And I started to read the notes in it. So I said to myself, if I want to get better with my scent profiles, let me look at um, fragrances and colognes and study the notes in that and learn what notes work well together. And that'll help me come up with the best scents possible for my bid care products. So I started again getting more bold. And I think one of the first scent profiles that helped me get started was where I started, I think, getting into like gourmand niche category was my scent called chocolate coffee oud. I just thought in my head that sounded dope. That combination would be great. And let's see what happened. And I think too, one of the truffle notes in Thomas Ford's Black Orchid helped steer me in that direction where like, okay, let me fuck with chocolate in the cold. Let's see what that
Yeah.
can do. And it turned out to be a great success. And the combination ended up working very well. So in the chocolate coffee oud, chocolate is at the base, a milk chocolate, and then on top of that, you have the oud to smooth it out. So that's the mid note, and then you have the coffee, which is more so like a fresh brewed coffee, that goes very well. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to think out the box. You know, a lot of these big kick companies is not trying compositions like that because they feel like, okay, it may not be mass appealing and stuff like that. Me, I wanted to take a step further. I wanted to stand out.
Right.
So these different fragrances, again, I started studying the notes. I started saying, okay, date night fragrances. I go on a lot of dates. I could use a date night fragrance. So then I became an enthusiast with the fragrances. So initially, it was so I can get better in my business, but then I started collecting fragrances, and it got out of hand. I think I went
Yeah.
from like 5 to like 50 or 60 in like the course of like 4 or 5 months. So I started with like inspiration houses like Alexandria, Clones, and then I was like, man, I work damn hard. Let me get the real thing. And I started collecting fragrances. So then when I started going on Instagram posting fragrances, I would find other fragrance enthusiasts like Terrence, like Hood Sense,
Yeah.
like Terry J. Todd, the guys that helped put me on, started following like reviewers. And
Those are
then
the
I was like,
boys,
wow, this
man.
fragrance community is dope. And I was like, all right, I don't want to. I noticed these guys have beards. I don't want to sell them something. I don't want them to think I'm here to talk about my beard care products. I love fragrances too, but at the same time, I think I can help contribute to their beard in some sort of way. And because of my taste in fragrances, maybe they would trust me enough to end up trying me. So eventually, people started reaching out to me saying, hey, man, I want to get my beard like that. Or I noticed you got some beard stuff. Is there anything you would recommend? So the community started embracing me. I do love fragrances. And it's pretty cool on my page how I get to combine, okay, this is what I have in beer today. This is what this has in it. So I'm promoting my stuff as well as this is my scent of the day. And you seeing that it's real too, and it's not gimmicky. It's not pretending to like fragrances so
No,
you can
it's
buy
not.
my stuff. Like I never even spoke to you about like, hey, I do beard oils. You want to try it? Like I didn't do that. Um,
No.
I wanted it for the right reasons, where again the results, the effects would show, and then that would make you curious, versus again trying other tactics. But that's how
Right.
I ended up merging with the fragrance community, and it helped me a lot because with the beard care community, believe it or not, just like you guys have hundreds of fragrances, they have hundreds of different beard oils. So they'll be like, oh man, Fetti, I didn't know you dropped anything. I just bought this new scent from XYZ company. I'm tapped out. I'm gonna get yours another time. That another time may be 2, 3 months from now. And obviously my business wouldn't survive. But with the fragrance community, it's more frequent. Hey man, this scent sounds great. I'm gonna get this next week. Hey, I love this. I got this new scent. I think one of your beard oils will go great with it. Let me get it. Oh, you got a sale? Oh, cool. I just made an order because I've been interested. So it's been helping keep my business afloat, creating more cash flow. And again, sharing these experiences. It's been a lot of fun. I want to thank you guys a lot for embracing me, welcoming me in with open arms, and I've been enjoying every minute of it.
Brother, it's our pleasure, man. I mean, like I said, you got the product. You helped us out more than we've helped you out, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And like I said, it's been a pleasure. It's been enjoyable. Wake up every weekday morning or damn near every morning.
yeah,
And you hit me with a tag. You know what I'm saying? What you wearing? You know what I'm saying? What's the fragrance of the day? What's the beard oil of the day? You know what I'm saying?
that's
And
right.
I love it. My guy Terrence has gotten it gotten to it to a point where he incorporates his fragrances of the day along with his beard oil. All right.
Hmm.
So he
Right.
likes to do the combo. I will be doing that as well. I was doing that at one point, right? But
Hmm.
I will be doing that as well. But I mean, as we get more and more fragrance oils, you know what I'm saying, or beard oils with the different fragrances, oh yeah, that's that's where it's heading. That's what we're doing it for. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Got a
right.
fragrance to match an occasion. We got a beard oil to match a fragrance.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, man. No, no. Honestly, they were meant to. It was meant to happen like this eventually, especially in our case. And I mean, they go hand in hand, just like the communities go hand in hand. And eventually, I'm hoping to be hand in hand discussing with some other people. But right now, we're still working on it. We're still a work in progress. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Uh,
right. Just keep going and keep being consistent. And you're gonna get the best possible that you can get, man. Just keep
yeah, man.
doing it and sticking with it.
Yeah, as my Christian brothers would say, God willing, and as my Muslim brothers would say, Inshallah.
That's right.
So
Facts.
yeah, man, that's where we're heading. Oh, my boy E. Kroom is always late to the party, man. Sin of the day is Soul Cafe. Just
Woo.
got Sacred Flame. Hey, Betty, we got to talk about that. Look, you got some beautiful fragrances. Now, one of them that I got, that breakfast, or no, the Sunday brunch, you said it had
Yeah.
a little bit of cinnamon and whatnot in there.
Right.
Hoping that's going to go well. I ordered that one mainly because two of the fragrances I've been wearing this week thus far, these 3 days, have been from Argos.
Mm,
One is not really a cinnamon in that sense, but it is cinnamony.
okay.
All right. It does seem to be spicy sweet with a little bit of a chocolate note. Birth of Venus from
Okay.
Argos.
Yeah.
Palace, no, not Palace Athena. Fall of Phaeton has
Yeah.
a cinnamon note, I believe, a spice cinnamon note on there as well, and Sacred Flame cinnamon. And I'm looking forward to getting into the mail and seeing how well they blend together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely. And I'm excited too. I love Argos. Their presentations are fantastic. I
beautiful.
currently just own Triumph for Bacchus. I got a sample. I'm trying to see because again, these names it's easy to confuse them. I'm trying to see if I just got it if it's Birth of Venus.
Is that the
Um,
one with the orange juice? Orange juice,
it's
big
this
bottle.
one's like I think it's like dark red.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yes. If it's not Triumph or Bacchus, the only other two that I think are dark red are Birth of Venus, Sacred Flame,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe what's the rose one? Um,
Danae?
yeah, no, Adonis Awakens. I think it's Adonis Awakens is like a darker red. But
Okay.
let me know. Let me know
Yeah, it's
if
definitely
you need to.
good stuff. And Sacred Flame, I've heard a lot of great things. My two houses
Yeah.
that I'm focusing on going back and forth with is Roja, and then I'm seeing some good deals for Fragrance Dubois.
Okay.
So I want to start elevating, and nothing wrong with it, but just to get the most out of it, budget wise, things that are like $180 instead of just jumping on that, maybe holding out a little longer so I can start getting three $400 bottles to see if
Yeah.
there's a difference in quality. Roja Dove is having a lot of fragrances that are discontinuing,
I know,
especially
man.
I think from their Parfum Cologne line. So I
The
wanted to
La
start
Marie's, yeah.
yeah, jumping
Those
into
ones.
that. And then Fragrance Dubois, I think a lot of these houses are discontinuing certain things, so they kind of getting rid of it to make room for it. So again, I'm trying to jump on a wave while it's happening, but I'm gonna definitely jump more into Argos. I know what you call it, Zaharoff just dropped one of their limited editions, which I think is going anyway. Only 500 bottles were made.
I think they still got a few. Check with or better, yeah, I'll check with Ross and see, but check and see. You
Okay,
can go online and if it's still available, it's still available.
okay. But
Yeah,
yeah, some houses, you can't try everything, man. I try to get a little bit of everything. It's tough.
for
What's up,
sure.
Tris?
Yeah, Trish said what's good, man, earlier. He said, yeah, the new roses are amazing. But I tell you this, man. I tell you what, I can send you some
Okay.
decants of the fragrances. You send me some decants of the oils.
Yeah, yeah, no problem,
I
no
got the
problem.
decants, man. Hey, let me know
Yo,
what I'm
man,
getting into.
definitely. I'm more of a blind buyer, but yeah, definitely when we talking about prices going up, just like all these
Man,
ouds. Shout out to Best the Best Fragrances. He's been sending me like 20, 30 different ouds. One of my favorite ouds now is Oman's Luxury Oud Aqualaria.
oh yeah,
That just pops off my skin, and
I heard
it
about
was
that.
definitely a hit. One of the best purchases of 2024, easily.
I'm gonna have to check it out because I saw you rave twice. I think you wore it twice in 1 week on there. So
Yeah.
definitely have to check that out. My boy Neeb told me about it. Real quick before we go ahead and get ready to end this, Dakota said Rosa discontinuing. I'm like him. He said, is it like an oligarch situation, or are they just bringing down how much they want to sell it? Because I will be honest with you, we have people in the community that have noted that some of the new ones smell like some of the old ones. And we know what happened with Oligarch
Yeah.
and how it was just reinvented and renamed Isola Blue, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I own that, and I didn't try Oligarch, but I do know that that's what the situation is.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I did hear things like Scandal. I did have a bottle of Enigma and broke it like a fool, but I'm gonna get another one before Christmas.
Okay.
That line, obviously, Elysium is lit. I still use that. So those type of fragrances, because I still need like a good barbershop scent. So I was
Hmm.
thinking of getting Scandal. Yeah,
Scandals
and I
right.
heard again that they're discontinuing them if you check on their site. Now, if they're gonna come back with something better and repackage it, I don't know. I'm just assuming that, because they've had these fragrances for a
Right.
while, Scandal and Enigma. I don't know. Like it seems like he's heading also like his last couple are really like gourmand.
Hmm.
So he's trying to come out with stuff that smell like pastries and oud, and so I don't know. It seemed like a total different direction versus just repackaging. I don't know what happened down the road, but I don't see it in the near future.
Well, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see for sure. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for it and everything, you know what I mean? And just going from there. But hey, Fed, thanks again, man. Hey, we really appreciate you coming out, giving us a little bit of your time and everything, man. Breaking down, you know what I'm saying, where you started, where you get all the inspiration, and how you became such a mad scientist behind facial hair growth. You know what I'm saying? Always a blessing. But we are definitely gonna have you on here as soon as I can get my half. You know what I'm saying? Get the other half to get into it, grow him a little hair,
Yeah, yeah.
grow a little hair. One
Definitely.
or the other. You know what I'm saying?
And I do appreciate it, guys. I appreciate the time. I
Man, our
appreciate
brother.
all your support, even if you just listened. Very grateful for you guys, and look forward to doing more stuff for sure.
For sure, man. Hey, go ahead and just sit tight. I'm gonna put you in the back chat while I close out, and we'll go from there, man. All right.
All right.
All right, my guy. One moment. All right. Well, hey, there you have it, y'all, man. My boy Fetti says, your boy Fetti says, definitely a strong link in the group. Definitely connecting the fragrance and the facial hair community together. Look, y'all, if you didn't hear, website and IG page is in the description. All right. You can go check him out. Check out his product. Right now, he's still got his Black Friday sale going on, where you get 30% off. Any order over $70, you get free shipping. Like I said, I stand by it. I mean, if you've watched this, you've seen the growth. All right, and I've only had it for a couple of months. Go back to 2 months ago, prior to the move and everything else, and look at the stubble that your boy was working with. Look at how often I had to cut it off, and you know what I'm saying, and start from scratch outside of the chin. You know what I mean? Just check out his stuff, man. Won't hurt. It's not expensive, and I stand by it. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm pretty sure it'll work. Just give it time and apply it correctly. But with all that being said, man, hey, we appreciate you for coming out, man. Thank you for giving us some of your time. We know that you could be anywhere but here, but you chose to be here, and for that we are truly appreciative. All right. Um, you already know I'm only half of the duo, so I don't know the other half, but it goes a little something like, let every sip be a sip of inspiration, every spray be a spray of good night. But hey, appreciate y'all for coming out. Y'all have a blessed day. Hey, and tune in tomorrow. We will be live. We're hoping to have a special guest on, but granted, they might not be able to make it. We'll still be going live, talking about a good topic. All right. So once again, thank y'all for coming out. Y'all have a blessed evening. Appreciate the love. Well, holla. Let me get going here. Boy's ridiculous.